Hello, everyone. It's William and Andrew here in Johnstown
Howdy.
at Allegory Gallery. How are you all doing?
Tired.
Tired.
12 and tired.
12 and tired. It has been a very sunny, hot,
Where are y'all?
sweaty day.
The past couple days have been hot, sweaty days.
More and more are coming.
I feel like I got cooked the past couple days.
We're a little brain cooked right now.
So if I seem a little bit like I'm floating into the ether.
It's because we fried our brains.
Correct.
In the sunlight today.
Not enough sleep, y'all.
I know. And so far...
Oh, I lost my flip-flop.
Oh, no. So far...
That's what kind of day it is.
We came on early because we wanted to do a little bit before we do the show of limited edition things. We wanted to come on a little bit early and show you the outside that we've been working on today.
The progress.
The progress.
Before the light's gone.
Yeah, before all the sunlight's gone. So if you're here, please say hello. Welcome, everybody.
I hope you're excited.
I hope you're doing well out there, and hopefully you are enjoying your day. It's been a good day. Yeah. We've been meeting a lot of wonderful people from town.
Mm-hmm.
As we're out here painting, people are stopping by. It's got a real neighborhood feel.
Probably at least 6 or 7 people.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah, lots of people have been hanging out, wondering what's happening, and just getting to know us, and we're getting to know them. It's been really nice. Hey, Susie.
Somebody said, what you got that sign for? Allegheny. You're not in Pittsburgh anymore. I said, does that say Allegheny?
It says Allegory. Oh. Yeah, that was DJ Tuft. DJ Tuft.
Like a hair tuft.
Picard is his name. Hello, Barbara. Hello. Thanks for joining us. Can't stay long. Don't get to tune into lives much. So, hey, I know we haven't seen you in a while.
Because we did the time change.
Yeah, everything's wild, huh? Everything's wild. So, yeah.
There's our friend
Janella. We met
Janella today.
She didn't
even get down the block yet.
She's chatting with everybody. She lives just down a block or two, so she might live up there.
She didn't make it home yet.
I know.
I can see how far she made.
Yeah, and our neighbors from the cafe came to get a sneak peek inside.
I said, bring your daughters over and...
Bring the kids. Send them over.
What they think. Because
they'll tell the truth about our colors.
I was a little bit... Let me be honest. When the first coat went down, I said, this looks like hot trash.
He could not handle it.
It looks so terrible. And I was like, this looks like somebody's butt. Like sun preserved, glowing behind.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe a little bit jaundiced, whatever.
So,
I'm not making any judgment.
I think as we've gotten more paint on and it's been so hot, we've been able to do 2 coats at once, pretty much.
The paint was drying on the brush, and there's actually a section where I put paint on, and I was going to wipe it up real fast, and it dried before I could wipe it. So I have to scrape it with a razor blade.
Great.
It'll be fine.
It's glass at least. Scrape it right off.
It's not a problem.
Yeah. And we met our neighbor Bob across the street. And James was out today, our other neighbor on this side. Got a lot of people out and about.
I'm going to buy that building that's in between us, though.
If y'all can see it. Hello, Suzanne.
I think it's not for very much.
He's got plans in the town.
The thing is like, I'm not going to oversell it because I don't want anybody to swoop in and get it before me. But it's not, I don't think it's for very much money. And I mean, the outside needs, needs a new roof.
Needs a roof. It needs some painting.
At least, if not siding redone. But not terrible.
We hear it's been stripped of copper.
That's fine.
Fine for us. May not be for most people.
Yeah, for us.
Anybody thinking of grabbing it?
I was like, maybe we'll get, turn it into like another studio. because we don't actually have that much space here. I mean, we do have space, but I plan to jam-pack this business full.
As usual.
So
we've got stuff on the way, and we've made
excited.
plans.
Been making deals, y'all.
Suzanne says roofs are not cheap. No, they are not.
We're gonna get them Amish.
The roof is probably more than the building will be if we.
The Amish will come, and supposedly they were cheap. But I'm like, how cheap is cheap?
I know.
Because sometimes people are like, oh, it's so cheap. And then they're like, oh, $85,000 later. And it's like, who huh?
Yeah.
But I don't think it would be that much. I mean, I don't think it would be that much.
So as you get a sneak peek behind us of what's starting to happen, let's flip the camera around and see.
But I think I can, so before people get like, they're like, oh, you can't get it because that roof. You know what? The building's probably less than 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can get the building for less than 10,000, then that's like $100 mortgage.
And it's just been sitting there now.
Mm-hmm.
So
that, what do you all think?
Although I think it needs a new roof, but I don't think the roof is leaking.
Bad.
Like it should have a new roof, but there's not like physical seeable holes in the roof or anything like that.
Our neighbor in Ligonier, they have a hole in their roof.
Yeah, we noticed
I looked over there, I was like, what's that?
Suzanne says I check for termites. We always do.
Mm-hmm.
We always do when we get buildings. We check for termites, have them inspected. Usually check for like radon and stuff too.
Mm-hmm. Home inspection, y'all.
Get that home inspection. Yeah.
But 10,000.
Even if you tore it down and used the lot.
I'll make the wood into coasters.
We can make a nice outdoor market right next to us.
I'll sell them wood coasters at the bougie farmers market.
Because we own the lot in between, and it's just grass. So whether the house comes down and it's grass, or we can reform it. But that's for the future.
Anybody want to front the money?
Nah. We got to have that money first.
No.
Unless it's a gift. If it's a grant.
Anybody want to help?
If it's a grant, no repayments. Susie says, I hope you weren't looking at my roof.
No.
It was not you.
It was the people who, you know how there's one next to us and then the street? And then it's across the street with a skeleton on the porch.
The one that has the duplex.
The Ukraine flag.
Yeah.
They have the hole. And I was like, is that a hole? No, it's a hole.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens.
Yeah.
They just like get tired.
All right, we're losing light. Let's flip this around.
Oh.
We got to have light for inside too.
Go ahead. I told you my brain's baked.
Okay, let's see here.
We have porch talk with Andy T.
I know. All right.
So you didn't show this.
Oh. Look at all my work.
Not just you.
Look at all my work.
He won't claim it. So first the grass come out a foot.
Yeah, the grass was about out to here on both sides. You can see where it's still a little bit dirty right in here where the grass was. So the grass came out. We got those cut down. We still got to pull that edge.
Today would have been a good day, but then we painted, so we don't want the paint to get all chippy.
Yeah, we can't do the dirty dust stuff around here.
So, because it's already a little bit textured, the paint.
And then we pressure washed. First we weed eated all the weeds out of here, and then we pressure washed this whole thing. And edged, and then pressure washed all this. So you can see the difference. Here's where we didn't get to this one yet. So you can see how much nicer these ones are.
Yeah, the steps were kind of black.
And again, this one was, I think Andrew showed you what this kind of looked like in his stories, in real, how dark that was. And you can see next door, it's a little bit different style, but it was just as black. And then today, we started painting the exterior, among other things. Of course, we've done a lot more than just this today, but this is like
it?
What do you think of the colors?
It's a little bit of more of like a green tone ivory.
You said you wanted ivory.
I know, but I thought it was an accent color, not the whole thing.
Yeah, we haven't gotten up high yet because we've done like 2 or 3 layers.
I'm out of paint.
Yeah, he ran out of paint of this layer.
William has to go ahead his daily trip to Lowe's.
I know, I went today. I've been going every day.
They know him.
And then
Bob at
this, you can see there's the darker color.
I wonder if we can't go in and get that tinted a little bit darker.
In my brain, it was darker already. Close the door, Andrew, so we painted the door.
It's supposed to be 2 different colors.
It really is supposed to be 2 different colors. So there's...
It's like, you can kind of tell at the bottom if you zoom in.
There's the light versus the darker.
That's even worse when it's close. Maybe further back.
He's like, get further back, get closer.
I know, they're almost the same color.
Teresa loves the colors. Yeah, in our minds, this dark green
was
darker.
Not dark like black, but it was
yeah,
like a shade or 2 darker.
That was really, you could tell. So we'll see what we do. For now, this is probably going to be what it's going to be for the opening. But in the next...
No, the opening is at the end of the month.
I know. For this opening. We have
a soft opening?
Yes. The paint has to be dry for the soft opening. And then we're only open on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays up here. So during the week... By appointment. So during the weeks leading up to the grand opening, we have more work to do. And if we want to change the paint colors, it may grow on us. We may, get some more done and we'll be like, oh, that's actually not terrible.
You mean exhausted? You just eventually...
It's going to exhaust you?
No, eventually you just get so exhausted that you just give up.
You just give up. So we're working on the trim. And the trim's going to be the darker color as opposed to light. These are quick coats we're getting on here. And then Andrew's going to come through and do his finessing because I'm terrible at that.
You're fine.
But I've got lots of inside painting to do tonight. We both got lots of inside painting to do because we didn't get to the inside today.
I wanted to catch the daylight.
Yeah. So
this took all day. I thought it'd be a quick 1-hour project.
He's like, why is everything going so slow today?
I was like, I feel like I'm in like a horror movie where the time stayed still.
Susie says, I think it looks great. Teresa loves the colors, says that's a huge difference.
It'll look more dramatic when there's less leftover.
I think, yeah, whenever we get the reds and the purples filled in, I think it's going to look on camera. Look on camera. It looks pretty good on camera.
Now I kind of like the red with the green.
I don't.
You don't like it? It's like a Sarracenia.
Yeah, kind of, but I don't.
That's not your
I already painted the door. That's not going back to red.
I'm in here before we get copyright infringement. Oh, there's somebody got paint.
Oh no. Hello, Norma. Thanks for joining us. So not much done inside today yet.
They didn't see the...
we didn't show that? I thought we did that yesterday.
No.
So we did the hard to reach places. We still got a little bit up there. We don't know if this is enough to support the ladder and me to go up there. So we've got that little corner on both sides that we have to work on. But we got the first coat of the hard to reach. And so the first coat of everything is done in here. We've gotten 2 coats of a lot of the shelving. So
not lighter color.
Yeah, the shelving is the lighter color on the exterior of the building. So the exterior of the building matches this. So we've got 2 coats on a lot of these shelves. We still got the shelves over here to do. But all of those ones are done over there. All of these are done. Andrew's working on, we got to do some touch up around here. We ran out of paint again. We got to do some touch up around here, which I got the paint today. I got a whole gallon this time. So we're going to work on this. This is where there were knots in the boards. So he's covering those over so that it looks more uniform, and working on that. And tonight is going to be a few hours spent doing the big ruler painting tonight. So I thought roller painting was going to happen earlier today, and we do the hard to reach tonight, but we're going to do the roller painting tonight and probably hard to reach tomorrow, because it's good to have it a little bit drier in between coats when you're joining them together. So that's where we are so far. Hello, Norma. Did I say that? Hello, Norma. Our brains are fried, so if I'm repeating myself or repeating hellos to all of you out there, sorry. So this is where we're at. We had lots of visitors come by today just to check out progress, which is always fun, but also slows down progress a little bit. But we couldn't not stop and chat with people and meet our community. So we were glad to do that too.
People are excited.
Yeah, people seem excited that we're coming in, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully people will come out. So there it is. Like I said, the colors in here reflect, these are the exact same color as the outside of the building. So it'll pull that together. The walls are a slightly different color. That's that sumptuous sage that y'all helped us pick out. And then originally, if you see on here, the strip that goes across the tops of these, I guess I can go over to this one. Andrew's cleaning paint. So this strip across here is a darker green. That's the darker green on the outside. So the outside colors are made up of, let me go over here. Whoops. Are made up of this color and this color for the outside of the building. And you can see this one seems a lot darker on the inside than it does on the outside, but that could also be shadows working with that molding. So that's where we are. Outside took longer than we thought today, but we're getting there. We're getting there. So let me sit down here. We've got a little setup. This is the first live sale that we're going to do from here, everybody. How about that? What do y'all think? Let me plug in. We got the plug-in. I don't have the lights, so we're going to hope that the lighting in here is good enough to get through this live. Let me just flip the camera here real quick so we can chat a little bit like we normally do. Hello. Hello, hello. How's it going, everybody? We got more neighbors stopping by to check us out. Andrew's out talking to them now. So yeah, how are y'all doing? Is it 8:30 yet? What time is it? Or 7:30? Is it 7:30 yet? If I check my time, it makes the cast cut out. And hopefully you can understand me and all our cellular service is doing okay. We don't have internet up here yet. We're just using cellular, and it's a low signal. So hopefully, let me know if I'm screaming okay, if you can understand me, if there's any sound issues. Since I've moved in here to the building inside, we seem to be able to stream music and things just fine, but I don't know about how the video's going. So let me know if you're out there, please. I'm waiting. Somebody let me know. Maybe you can't understand a word I'm saying anymore. So today we are going to do some limited edition things. The idea behind these is Andrew made some things. Terry says you were fine on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad it's coming through okay. So today we are talking about some limited edition things. Andrew made some things on the laser, some more laser shell and mother of pearl things, and acrylic things. And so what we're going to do on this live, these are going to be available on this live. We may show them on the Facebook page maybe tomorrow, but it's going to be very limited availability. We're going to take like one run of requests for them. Now, unless something goes like gangbusters and people really love it, but generally we're going to take one round of requests for these. We're going to make as many as we need to make, and then we are going to, that's it. That's all that these are going to be available. And like I said, if something goes really, really well and we want to make it part of the permanent collection, we will. But generally, these are limited edition. We're going to make as many as we need to fulfill the requests for this live, and maybe one round of Facebook requests or email requests. But then that is it. They're going to be gone. There's Andrew in the back hanging out.
Like a little friend.
So
I can do a puppet show.
So they said they can hear and see us okay with our signal. So the signal's pretty good here. I mean, it's not good, but it's good enough. Andrew's brain is fried back there.
Sure, I need a refreshment. I can drink through my refreshment.
You're not even in the thing anymore. There you go. He drank through his refreshment. I bring the big water. He brought this little tiny thing. I'm like, you need more than that.
Wow. I didn't realize it was going to be a gajillion degrees.
Yeah, it's hot today.
Yeah, the little kids across the street, they're like, I want to come and paint. And I was tempted to be like, all right.
You can paint.
I'll go.
The one, she's like, I love to paint. I'm like, oh.
And then I was like, are you any good at it? And they're like, and then I was like, no.
Yeah. Could you share this into the Facebook group? Because I can't stream into the group anymore.
Sure.
Thank you. Because we've only got 7 people watching, and I think it's because 8 people, because we're not in the group. Hello, Michelle. Thanks for joining us.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I thought people would be like, limited edition. I got to watch tonight. I don't even know if it's 7. I asked if it's 7:30 yet. No.
7:39.
7:39. Okay. Oh, no one's very talkative today. I keep asking for
What y'all
things.
doing?
Yeah, what's going on?
Making anything?
Making anything? Suzanne says she bought a kitty today.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to show you those too if you missed that. The Astral Kitty Baby. Did y'all see the Astral Kitty Baby? Astral Kitty Baby, y'all. They are available on the website. This is the ACEO card for May. We'll take a closer look at that when I spin the camera around. But yeah, what's going on? What are y'all up to? Y'all tired of seeing us?
I'm tired of seeing myself.
Suzanne says yes, order.
I'm hot.
Yeah, it's warm. It's nice here under the fan.
Mm-hmm. I think it's just because we've been trying to hustle.
Yeah, like I was literally dripping. Like you can tell I'm still glistening. It's also sunscreen. Lots of layers of sunscreen. But I got burned. I think I got burned a little bit. But I was like dripping sweat out there, just like standing still painting like this. Mm-hmm. And you're just like dripping, let alone having to actually move things, and we moved things in and brought more here. And
it wears on you.
Yeah.
But we're lucky to be able to do it. So.
Yeah, we're still, knock on wood, we've still got some vigor. We're still able to do the work ourselves, which is good. I do wish we could hire people sometimes, but we are still capable and don't have to, stretch any thinner by hiring people. So that's a good thing. So what else are y'all doing? What's happening out there?
What's for dinner? That's the question we're gonna have to ask ourselves in a minute.
I know, we finished up all the stuff I had bought for the last few days. Suzanne, how was Barathon? Did you have a good time?
I think we got shirts in the mail. I haven't opened it.
Oh, I didn't think they were
from New Orleans.
I didn't think they were coming for quite a while yet. I thought, yeah, they came fast.
Unless somebody's sending something.
Suzanne says, getting house painted, getting new iPhone. Nice.
That's fancy.
Upgrade. Do you have to get the new iPhone yet? I always ask because the new ones come out in September. So depending on if you have to or not, might want to wait. Suzanne says, a great time. Did your shirts get there? Andrew says he thinks they did. He checked the mail today. I thought they were going to take a little longer. That was like a rocket ship. Thank you, by the way. We haven't had a chance to open them, so yeah.
We've been too busy with this.
Yeah, he literally grabbed the mail before we ran out the door today. So I'm excited to see those.
I want to get one of them rings, like a surveillance camera for your porch.
Oh, the Ring doorbell.
Yeah, because I did some nosy, I guess.
Yeah, our doorbell, I think, is hooked up to electric, so it should be pretty easy to get one of those, I think.
We have cameras around the house, but they're not on the porch.
Not the outside, yeah, which we should probably get one. Suzanne says the iPhone is 6 years old and having issues. Oh, I get it then.
You can wait, though. I would wait.
Yeah, June, July, August, 3.5 months or so. If you can wait.
Too long.
Yeah, it might be too long if it's having issues. But yeah, the new ones usually come out in September, usually mid-September. So
I just ran into somebody walking outside.
Yeah, I was saying Andrew's meeting even more people today. Who were they?
They're nice. Their daughter lives in Pittsburgh, and she's a beater.
Oh.
So they said, guess what's coming into town?
Oh, good. Hopefully they'll stop by too.
Yeah, she said she's gonna come on Saturday. She lives around the corner on Cypress.
Nice.
There's a cute little house for sale on Cypress. $45,000.
Anybody want to move and be up here with us? Hang out all the time at the bead store?
Yeah. We'll come in more than 3 days a week if people actually are going to be here.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, what else is going on, y'all? We are pretty boring.
So that's pretty exciting.
We did.
We don't have very many left. They haven't been selling very well, but we didn't put too many in the online store. So if you're on the fence about getting the Sumptuous Sage, it's not all green, in case you hate the color green, but it is inspired by it. So there's going to be a little bit of green, at least.
At least a little bit.
At least to dab it up.
So grab that Sumptuous Sage kit if you'd like to help us with the move. Only $20. We have these, which we're going to show you. Those are $22. We've sold a number of these already. There's less than 10 of these. There are only 9 of these available.
And I'm not making them.
No, he had, oh my goodness. He was fed up with these at one point.
I had to scrape the glitter off. Okay, so when they say don't shake the bottle aggressively, you should listen. I shook the bottle aggressively because it kind of clumped. So I was like, oh, well, I'll thin it out. So I put a little bit of water, and then it was still kind of gloppy. So I shook it up, and it frothed like a cappuccino.
Ooh.
And then it dried frothy, or it was in the process of drying frothy. So I had to scrape all of the glitter off, and then it finally became one with itself again. It was less stuck.
Chilled out a little bit.
Well, the thing is you have to use that when it's fresh. And I opened the bottle a while ago to do a demo, and then haven't looked at it since. And so it kind of was clumpy at the bottom. Because it's like this fancy glitter. It's called Glitterific, I think. And there's like 6 different kinds of glitter in it.
Yeah,
so
it's wild.
There's little glitter, there's big glitter, and then there's foil flakes. So sometimes those foil flakes get clumpy, like a hair clump in the shower.
And I'm sure they're all different weights. So in the liquid, they're probably all
So you have to stir it up, but apparently not
too much.
Too aggressively.
Norma says it was election day here, so I voted, did some reading, and moved a box of pottery to the attic. Opened another box of my parents' stuff and found really old record albums, like from the 40s. That's cool. Are they the?
Love it.
I know. Are they the shellacked ones, the really heavy ones?
Those the real fragile ones?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, if you hit them against something, they actually shatter. Like they don't just like bend, or they like. Yeah. Cheryl says, "Howdy, just peeking in before the next tornado watch. Nice to see both of you. Good to see you, Cheryl." Susan also under the tornado watch until midnight.
That's crazy.
So she's on her iPad or on Facebook till my iPad charges, using devices sparingly. Yeah, if you lose power. Hopefully you're all okay out there. Michelle's busy making jewelry.
Oh, good.
Has multiple things to make. Teresa bought the Sage Kit. Norma also bought the Sage Kit. Thank you so much. Norma says, yes, the really heavy, thick ones. Yeah, those you need a special needle to play, technically. But I spun them on a Crosley, that little suitcase one that you can get pretty cheap.
If anybody wants to buy one, we have one.
I do have one. And I replaced that, but when I had that one, I spun them on that, and they seemed to play just fine. It actually has 3 settings so that you can run it at that speed, even though it doesn't have the harder needle, and the needle in it just worked fine.
So it doesn't do that.
Yeah, the Crosleys, even though they're inexpensive, they're like $100. They have 3 settings, and one is for that old, I think it's a 78. There's 33, 45, and I think 78. Norma has a Crosley, you have to try it. Yeah, I think if it has I think it's the 78 setting, and it'll play them. At least mine did. And it didn't ruin the needle too much on it, as far as I could tell, because I could spin other records just fine after. But I didn't play them a lot, because normally they need that really thick, hard needle that you get in like what are those things called that I like?
Victrola.
Yeah, those big, old Victrola things.
With the crank.
With the crank, that's what those usually fit in.
I have other things to do in my life than crank that business.
Right, the shelving units underneath those used to be for those big hard records.
So what if you get like tired? Then it like slows.
Well,
down?
you wind it up and it goes for a while.
Oh, I thought you had like a
no.
like this.
It's like some kind of spring or something.
You got picked out for the DJ.
Yeah, no. You're going to work up your muscle for that.
You're going to be like one of the people that's like
one-sided.
You got those professional arm wrestlers.
Right.
Did you see that?
I did not.
That's a real thing where the people, they like work out one arm.
So they can arm wrestle.
Yeah, and it looks.
Why wouldn't you just work out the other one just because?
I guess they're in the law of manifestation on one thing.
One thing, that's it, that one side.
Yeah, so good luck to that.
Right.
Imagine getting clothes that fit right.
Really buff on one side.
Cut a slit.
Really buff on one side, this side dangling.
You get a little side slit.
Oh my.
For ventilation.
That would be an odd look. That'd be an odd look. Anyway.
Could do like Angelina Jolie.
Teresa just got the Astral Kitty baby. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
We appreciate that. All that money is going to help us finish up these daily Lowe's trips.
I know you don't think that paint's expensive until you go and buy
Until you
it.
buy paint.
You
And
know,
you always need more.
Almost $100.
Yeah, the exterior paint is $89 a gallon, I think. That's online. I think it's actually more. It's a little bit more in the store, everybody. I was looking at online prices. I'm like, okay, go to the store and it's like $5 more per everything.
Should be cheaper.
You would think, because you're making the trip, but they got to have the physical building, so I guess they're going to pay that rent. Maybe we'll do that instead of the online store. The store will be. If we did that, we got a business. The store's more expensive. Everybody, come on in.
No.
It doesn't work that way. Hello, Danette. Thank you for joining us. I know you've been going through some stuff, so we're sending you some good energy out there.
Oh boy.
Suzanne says paint was expensive 5 years ago. It's just crazy. Like, I get it. Like, when you break it down, like
you buy it once.
You buy it once, yeah, and then you have it for a long time, right? Generally, unless you're one of those people that likes to change stuff all the time. But like, how often did we were in that store for what, 5 or 6 years? We only painted once.
Jermaine says I had no idea paint was so expensive. Yeah, you're telling me. We went to go.
We're thinking it's like $40 a gallon. No,
it's not. So
and of course we're buying the nicer paint because you can either buy the nicer paint or you can do it like 18 times with the cheap
my
paint.
shoulder can't do it.
I know, it's like we're holding the thing.
In my studio at Star Cottage, if you don't remember this, we got this like recycled paint. I thought, oh, I'm eco-friendly. You know how many coats of paint that I had to put on? It was like 6. I'm not over exaggerating. It was like 6 coats of paint, and it's still, you can still see through it.
Yeah. And so if you factor the amount of money you would spend buying 6 times the paint,
it was not worth it. My shoulder, I couldn't do more than like 3 stripes on the ceiling because my shoulder was killing me. And I was like, I'm
not built for this.
No, I was like, I make money from these things I make with my hands.
That's not ruined.
We can't risk the moneymakers.
No.
So.
Hello, Cindy. Thanks for joining in.
Howdy.
Good to see you all here. Our crew is small but mighty. Hello, Marianne. Thanks for joining us. Were you here earlier? Did I already say hello? I can't remember. Our brains are fried, everybody.
I haven't seen the other Cindy for a while.
No.
What is it, Amador?
Yeah.
Did you say her name?
I think so.
I haven't seen her for a while.
No. So what else? What else is happening? We're planning to eat something tonight. Don't know what.
Don't be so basic.
Don't be so basic.
So we're working on a lot of stuff. We've got we're working on our mystery project for the You Are Here gallery. That opening is on Friday night, so I don't know how I have to finish up whatever I'm working on. And then we're gonna try to work early on Friday and then maybe come back after. Once you leave, then it's real tempting to stay.
Yeah, because it's a drive, especially that gallery.
It's only 30 minutes. It's not too bad, but still.
But from the gallery, after we do the opening.
Oh, that's an hour from us.
Yeah, so it's an hour and a half to get up here.
So maybe not. So we'll see.
Yeah.
This
is going to be what it's going to be.
Correct.
This weekend, I'm trying not to get stressed because this is just a soft reopening.
To get to know people.
To get to know people, to invite them in, to give them an idea of what we're doing.
To get the landscape in here, because we've never set up a shop in here.
Yeah.
So, each space is different.
We'll be feeling it around for a while.
So
and
it's
just
gonna take time.
Yeah, we're just exploring it, and who knows? We might get 80 people rushing through the door when we open, and we might be here sitting with each other, and we'll have lots of time to decorate as we're here on Saturday.
I told people bring some projects.
Yeah, we're gonna have classes. We'll make stuff together.
Maybe not class.
Well, that's class for us.
Maybe like
stop by and sit around the table and make stuff. That's class.
Like I'll help you, but I'm not gonna.
That's what our classes are.
Project.
That's what our classes are. Pick stuff out. We'll help you put it together.
That's different than how I used to do classes.
Yeah, that's how we do them now.
In the old times, we used to have a display case, and you got to pick your poison. So
yeah. We found that most people didn't like to make what other people picked out. So we're like, just pick out some beads and we'll help you put them together. That's class. You're learning skills, and whatever skill level you need to learn will help you learn
Well, Allison was teaching them, so she does
She
what
does.
she wants.
Yeah, yeah. For us, we make it easier. I think that's easier. Somebody comes in and says, "I like these beads. I want to do with them."
No, that's not easier always.
Most of the time.
Because it's kind of like being on a competition show where anybody can come in with any kind of problem, and then you have to do it. So that's hard sometimes. Sometimes when you're like in the mode, like you're going to do wire wrapping, and then you just do wire wrapping.
Yeah, I get that.
And then
but I also don't like to turn people away, and I like to make money. So I'm like,
it's just a different.
What do you want to make? That is why though that we tried to always have two people at the store. Like when Jen was doing classes, I always tried to be there with her if I could, so that one of us can kind of man the store and kind of, help people, and then the other one, she could take care of whatever people wanted to make.
Yeah, because I've been in situations where like the project, for whatever reason, was not working, and then then you're trying to be like funny and charming when you're silently screaming inside because something's not working.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have the right materials, like sometimes at the store, rigid wire just disappears. I don't know what happens to it. But we have like a classroom setup, and we have, soft flex, flexible beading wire, and rigid wire for wire wrapping and more sculptural stuff. And for some reason, all of the fine gauges of the rigid wires poof disappear. And I get it because like Jen does more wire wrapping, so
she goes through it.
Used more. So that makes sense.
Yeah, it's whatever the skill of the teacher likes to point people toward.
I know, but sometimes you get surprised when you're like, that would be so fast and easy, and then you end up chopping off the heads on the head pins.
Yeah.
So you get that little 2 inches of wire.
Let's see. Jermaine says, I'm almost done making the necklace that I'm making with the adorable bee pendant that I bugged William about shipping. It just needs a clasp. We'll post a picture when done. Oh, good. Can't wait to see it. Jermaine says, are you doing a lot of local advertising about the store opening?
Not yet.
No, we are relying for this soft opening on the Facebook groups here in Johnstown and letting people know through Facebook and various Johnstown groups. And that's as much as we really want to do for the soft opening. And then we're going to be doing a bigger thing, bigger push, sending out probably postcards and maybe every door direct mail kind of postcards over the town in certain areas for the big June grand opening. That's going to be the last Saturday, the 29th of June.
We just need to boost the cash flow, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because
we need to get open and feel like we're open.
And have a little bit of money coming in.
Yeah.
Because right now, money is just going out mostly.
Yeah. The online store is good, but we're hoping to open up, get people used to coming in, get people excited about it, and help. We're word of mouth people, and so
I would love to throw money at advertising.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Yeah,
so
yeah.
We have to be creative with how we do it.
Yeah, and we've always relied on word of mouth. So getting people in the door, playing around with people, and having some time to play and make stuff. And having
the thing about advertising is somebody needs to see it 7 times before it translates to conversion. Yeah. So
how many times do you pass a Facebook ad before you finally say, okay, I'm going to click and check it out?
So for us, it's
a lot of money.
It's quite a bit.
It's a lot of money.
And I know that it kind of shoots ourselves in the foot, especially with how Facebook sometimes shows things 2 days later.
Yeah.
After an event, because that happened just recently. Somebody was like, oh, our grand opening was today.
Our grand opening's today, and you see it 2 days after. It happens.
We have a fabric
and it's
shop
usually,
in Ligonier.
Yep. It's usually always exactly 2 days after the opening that I see stuff. Hello, Sandra. Thanks for joining us.
How's your move going?
Packing up still? Got that packing? How's that going? Packing is no fun. Unpacking is no fun.
We've been trying to be good about packing and repacking things, but it's kind of stuff that it doesn't, like it seems like busy work because you just unpack it.
And also in the meantime, like we got home the one night and Andrew had plans for how we're going to rearrange the house too. So it's that kind of stuff that we're thinking about and is on our minds. And we're trying to also, kind of not only do that, but he stayed up trying to make some room for stuff and organize stuff at the house.
Because if you don't, then you're in trouble because there's nowhere to put anything. And already our yard looks like a junkyard.
I know, we're starting to be the junkyard people of the town. Susie says you may want to be sure the Conemaugh Hospital Cancer Center is made aware that we're opening. It'd be nice for people to get together.
Yeah, once we're established, so here's the thing. We want our opening to be successful, but we also don't want to be so successful that we can't fulfill what we're promising.
Yeah.
And it's really tempting to just say yes to everything right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on in town that we were like, we could do this, we could do this, we could do this. But we're like, we gotta get open.
There's an Urbana conference that's coming in the first week in June, and people are coming from all over the world to Johnstown, and they're all metal people. At first I was like, oh, I can teach a class, because they asked me if I wanted to teach. And then they're like, oh, you want to set up in the park? You want to set up here? And it would be easy just to be like, yes, yes, yes. Yeah. But the problem with that is then we actually have to do it. Yeah. And then that means William's here by himself at the store, and I'm by myself, and so it's just too much. And then Pride is coming to Johnstown. There's a little Pride parade, and they asked us to set up there.
Yeah, they have a thing in the park here for Pride.
So, I mean, all of those things would be great to get the word out about our business. It's just having the bandwidth to do it all. Yeah. And also have product for kind of that group, because not everything we make is going to translate well. Yeah. Because you can want people to want to bead all day long, but if they're not into it already, they only want finished stuff.
Yeah, they want to buy the finished stuff. And we have not had a lot of time to make finished stuff.
And the other thing about that is that there's certain price points that people expect at things like that. So once we get a little bit more time, then we're doing the networking with the other businesses. Like I want to start a thing that's separate from Allegory Gallery, and this may sound stupid, but because I think sometimes people don't come and hang out with us because they feel like obligated to buy stuff. And I was thinking about doing like a group where people we meet at. I was thinking at the cafe across the street, and just hang out and make stuff. Yeah. They can bring their own stuff. If they need stuff, I got a key. You can come across the street.
Right.
So that's one project. I was thinking of calling it Johnstown Beading Circle. Does that sound good? Or like
JBC?
Or something else?
Maybe.
Like we're doing
we got plans for lots of stuff, don't we?
I know. We just need more people.
I know.
And more money.
More money.
More money.
More money. Free labor.
So if you want to come and volunteer for that.
Right. There you go.
To run that.
Sandra gave her notice on Monday.
Nice.
Taking a break from packing. Back was killing after packing all weekend. I feel that my back I gotta watch how I sit because it's been killing me too.
We've been like
up on ladder, down.
Wounded.
I know, it's like up on ladders, tilting, like playing acrobatics on ladders and then underneath things and on the floor.
Yeah, so that's been super ideal. And then when we're at home going to bed, it's like we're so uncomfortable by being so sore that neither of us can sleep.
We've been sleeping. We put the air conditioner finally in the bedroom because it was so hot that I was just sweating. And then I had the air conditioner on, and I ended up putting covers on anyway, and I was sweating last night. And then I woke up from a nightmare, and then my stomach was on fire. So then it was just, it was.
And then I was dried out, so I had to go get up and get a drink.
You gotta drink. Yeah, it's like of course, every time one of us gets up, the other one gets woken up.
Perfect.
Yeah.
This is not my schedule.
And then Gertie, our little wonderful fur baby Gertie.
She is wonderful.
She is wonderful, but she does love to say goodnight multiple times.
So cute.
So she comes in, she'll say goodnight, she'll leave. Then she comes in and roots around in the room.
It's so cute.
And all you hear is like, she's rooting for something. And then
digga.
Digga. And then we put the air conditioner in and it has the vents on the side. So she's like, where's the window? So she's trying to play on it. So I had to shush her away from there. And then I finally started nodding off. Barnaby and I were nodding off. And then she had to come up and say hello to Barnaby. And she jumped up on Barnaby. And of course he growled. And then she jumped up on me and talked to me for a little bit. And then she went away again.
She was checking on me.
And then it was 3 times last night. Then she came in with Ida Bell running across the floor, running at full speed. Then she jumped up on the bed to check on me. So I got woken up like 3 times from Gertie, and then multiple times this morning from Gertie. She checks to make sure I'm breathing. She gets real close like this.
Barnaby, he watches you sleep.
He does. When he knows, like when he's ready to get up, he gets up on, like I usually sleep on my side. So he gets up like on my shoulder and arm, and he sits there and he just stares at me. Like really hard, staring. And I can feel the heat of his vision because he wants to go outside. It's time to go out. He's like, it's cool out still. It's not hot. Let's go out. And of course, I'm never ready to get up when he's ready because it's like very early. And so he leaves, goes to the bathroom. I hear him usually go into the bathroom. Then usually in a little bit he comes back in and he lays down for a while and then he gets up and stares at me again. Yeah. But I know when he's looking at me, I can tell. So yeah, I get woken up multiple times.
Jermaine says, have we found out if Tallulah is pregnant? We haven't found out.
Not for sure.
So
we're pretty
I
sure.
don't think so.
We're pretty sure.
You never know.
And we don't know what to do about that. So that's a whole other thing going on with all of this.
Wow.
So
life.
That's life. Nora, Mrs. Waldo does the stare also, usually around 6 a.m.
The cats can look at me all they want.
Yeah, Andrew, it doesn't, but they don't, Andrew's not the food giver.
I'm also, how you call not friendly. So
yeah, he just pushes them away.
Like when William, he will contort his body and he was like, oh, my back hurts. I don't know why my back's so hurting.
Because I got a kid here, and a kid here, and a kid here, and a kid here. He
crawls into the bed and then does like contortion to fit the puzzle piece. I said, there's no way. They can sleep whenever they want. They can sleep wherever they want.
Right.
They don't have problems sleeping. So I pick the cat up and move it and get in the bed. And then if they decide to conform to me, they can do that. Generally speaking, they don't, because I also apparently kick.
Yes, he does.
So
Andrew's got a wild foot.
So I don't have a problem.
At least it's not usually 5 or 6 a.m. Or if it is, that's just about like just after I fell asleep. And Barnaby just fell asleep too, because we stay up late. For me, it's like 9 a.m., which is like, we go to bed at 3, 4. So it's like just a few hours after I fall asleep and he's ready to get up and go outside. My cats always woke me up at 5, says Jermaine. You can feel their eyes on you. I know. Gertie's learning from Barnaby. She'll sometimes get up on me and talk and just stare at me too.
It's cute.
But yeah, they know that it's time to get up and eat. They want to eat. Sometimes I'm not ready to get up.
Babette would used to touch your face.
Yeah, Babette, she'd come up and she'd touch my mouth. Like that was her way of saying she was hungry, I think. She'd come up and touch my mouth with her hand. And that was her way of being like, it's time to eat. That was her sign language.
Super cute.
Yeah. Harry says, my cats wake me up at 5:30 by turning on the light by stepping on the pad, then jump in my lap and roll around. That's like 2 hours after we went to bed. That'd be too much. Thank goodness our cats don't know Siri. That's all I can say.
What they gonna do? That
Turn
thing
on the
barely
lights.
listens to us.
I know, that's true. Siri, not always. Steve likes to sleep on my side for the last couple of hours.
So weird.
Yeah. Hello, Susan. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Harry, by the way. I don't know if I said hello to Harry. Thank you for joining us. So if you missed the beginning of this, we showed you the outside that we've gotten done so far, which feels like not a lot, but it's like multiple coats of...
Oh my gosh, it's a ton of work. What do you think? It seems like it doesn't feel like a lot.
But when you look at it, it's like from here down. It's like we didn't get the whole outside done today.
Well, we also did edging, trimming, weed whacking, power washing, scrubbing.
That was
painting,
yesterday.
outdoor painting.
That was the other day.
Removing boards, adding boards, moving furniture. Moving
We've done a lot. I'm not saying we didn't do a lot. I just, in my mind, we were going to be able to get the outside done today.
We ran out of paint, so that's it.
The one paint. We still have trim paint.
I'm not going to do a coat of many colors. I mean, I already looks 11 hands at home. Don't need extra.
Susan says, I dozed for a bit and woke to Smokey staring intently at me. I just wish he could talk. We were just talking about that. Were you here when we were talking about that?
I don't know if I want the cats to talk.
I know. We think it would be nice.
Because Barnaby, he is where he taught. He didn't do this to me, by the way. He does this to William, where he just sits at the door and starts meowing and meowing.
Yelling.
He won't stop.
More like yelling. It's not like a cute meow.
No.
It's like a yell. Like, let me out. Let me out. Let me out.
He'll go
Let me out.
If that doesn't work, he'll go over to the downstairs door and do that. And I'm like, who do you think is
And he
here?
goes, let me down. Let me down. Let me down.
And I was like, your mouth is moving, but I can't hear you. So
Yeah. If I'm in the kitchen and he's intent on going down or out, it's like incessant.
So I don't think I would enjoy that.
But if they could understand you and you're just like, no, we are not. And that could put an end to it.
Does that work with toddlers? No. So
I don't know. Maybe if you're stern enough, it does.
I'm stern enough as it is, so we don't need extra.
I don't need extra. All right, everybody. So today's show,
Flip it around.
I know, I'm going to. Today's show, we are going to show you some limited edition stuff.
Laser.
What?
Laser.
Limited edition laser things. As I said earlier, these are only going to be available for you to claim during this live. Anybody watching the rewatch in like 24 hours, and we may put them on Facebook tomorrow, and you can claim there. Once that's done, we're doing one round of making these, and then that's it. Unless something sells like crazy and we decide to add it to the line. But the idea is we're doing one round of making these. They're not going to be made again after that.
I think when we leave things open, then people think that they can get them whenever, and it makes it kind of hard when we're in other production mode.
Yeah.
So I think from now on, we're going to do these limited releases, just so that makes it so people can get their stuff.
Yeah, because
right away.
These are made in a different way from some of our others, and if we have them all, then we got to remember how we made them. Everything has to be done onesie twosie.
Or if you run out of paint or whatever.
Yeah, what we used to make them. Harry says, during the tornado weather this afternoon, Luna came and jumped on my belly and hung on with claws as we watched the weather on TV. Oh boy.
That sounds kind of cute though.
That's exactly, Susan says, Luna sounds like a sweetie.
Like she's grappling you for love.
She's holding on to you.
Sometimes Gilbert does that, and I like it.
Sometimes it's their way, I think, of saying they're protecting you. They're like keeping you safe.
He hugs me like a little kid, and he wraps his arms around me, and I love it. I think that's a bad idea to keep scaring him, but it's very,
He gets scared
very
anyway.
He gets anxiety.
Jermaine says, my cat Oscar sprayed everywhere, even though he was fixed, and he sprayed me in the face one time to get me up.
I would not have that cat anymore.
It's a good thing he was cute and my favorite.
No.
There's like he gets sprayed in the face.
There's no way. Imagine that happening.
Imagine Gertie spraying you in the face.
Then we don't have Gertie anymore.
He's like, goodbye, Gertie.
No, we don't. We're not that close.
We're not that close.
We're not into that mutual flavoring.
Yeah.
So guess what? Nature's way means not getting sprayed in the face.
Right. Okay, let me flip this camera around. It's taking longer. I have this stand you have to manually wind it down.
I'd be like, we're gonna have to do like something. You're gonna have to wear adult diapers for the cats. Cut a little tail hole.
Okay, everybody.
Who's going to a pee guard for their cat? Or
A
must guard?
Helmet must guard.
No way.
All right. So this is Astro Kitty Baby. This is the latest ACEO card by Andrew.
What you said.
And people wonder why I no longer have cats.
Yeah, you guys, I think that would be a cure.
He gets sprayed in the face one morning.
Like, all right, done now. Time to go to Portugal.
They got cats there.
You know what? Also, though, that's the thing. We were talking about our lives and stuff, and how we kind of are in the mood to downsize a lot. Because, we have a lot of stuff and a lot of like properties and a lot of different things. So it would be nice to kind of be able to simplify things. And so we were talking about that and how, if we're serious about that and like traveling and different things like that, then we can't have a lot of pets because you can't really go,
No. Tell them about that while you're sitting there.
Mm-hmm. Jermaine says, the real reason I don't have any cats is because it was too hard when my last two died. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Susan says, I'd love to see the Astro Kitty baby on a mug. Maybe.
I don't think that would translate as well. You'd have to glitter each mug.
No,
he's like, no. You wouldn't get the glitter. I don't know how a picture.
There's too many iridescence and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how that would actually come across in sublimation.
So it'd be a completely different.
It would have to be maybe just the kitty in a background, or just the kitty.
You'd test it.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cute though.
It could be very cute.
I want the cat though to have laser beams coming out of its eyes, or riding something
into battle with his laser eyes.
Correct. Maybe an avocado.
Riding an avocado. So this is Astro Kitty Baby. This is an ACEO card for May. There are only 9 of these. A number. There's not anymore. There's probably 4 left, if my count's right, somewhere along there. So if you'd like to grab one. We just released them earlier today. And they will be shipping out ASAP.
Yeah, they're good.
Barb has them on her desk. Whoa! Okay, let's get this back in its little slot.
And there's a comedy show this weekend.
Comedy show this weekend? Yeah, it's the same weekend. So our friends across the street are having a comedy, Jokes at Jada's. That's their kind of series, Jokes at Jada's. And they have comedians come in, and it starts, I want to say, at 8 o'clock. I might be wrong. And I think it's $17 cover to get in. It might be a little more at the door, but it's going to be Saturday night. So after we close, after our very first day of being open here, we're going to try and go over and support Jokes at Jada's. So if you want to come up and do some beading and some hanging out and some making things with us, and then head over and get some great food and have some fun comedy time, come join us all. I'm sure they would love to have a bunch of the community come out. From what it sounds like, they can get pretty busy anyway for Jokes at Jada's nights, but we'd love to bring like a full house if we could. Help them out. The AG Bead fam, bring the AG Bead fam.
I don't want to actually participate.
Sometimes they participate whether you want to or not.
So that's what I generally don't go to things.
I know, we don't do this very often because they sometimes call out people from the audience, I hear, which makes me and Andrew both nervous. But
also, I'm sass factor 5, so.
Yeah, Andrew is. He'll sass back.
I know.
He may not be popular by the end of the night.
I'm going to put my best foot forward. I can't reveal the truth
too early.
I gotta make people like me first before I get sass factor 5.
Right. Hey, Angela. Angela's joining us. You're just here in time, Angela, to see the lots. We showed the outside of the building. We did some chit-chatting. Now we're showing these LE, limited edition lots. As we said, we're releasing these. You can purchase them through this video. We'll probably put out an email about it and a Facebook post. We'll let it go for a day or two, maybe through the weekend, and then we're making one production run of these things, one production run, and then that's it. They're not available after that. So if you see something you like, claim them here to get into the production run. Okay. Danette says, wouldn't be able to do Jokes at Jada's due to maybe being called out in the audience. My anxiety would be out of control. I think that's a possibility at any comedy club because most comedians can call out anybody in the audience. Like, do you watch the comedians on Reels and stuff? I see them all the time. They're always talking to people in the audience. And so I don't think it's just there.
I think it'd be nice if you had like a sticker that said don't talk to me.
Right. Marianne says you can say no. Exactly. Exactly. So if you'd like to claim these, to purchase from this video, take down each lot number, send it to us in an email at info@allegorygallery.com. Always, always, anytime we have lot numbers, it's always that way. info@allegorygallery.com. Oh, I never put up this one. Look at that. There we go. Michelle says, my hubby is always joking around he would steal the show. That's the other thing too, right? What if that has to be on the comedian's mind sometimes. What if you call out an audience member that's funnier than you? Then what, right?
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's happened. I've seen it happen before. On the internet. So what happens when that audience member steals the show?
I think they just like relax and let them take over.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing, because if you get uptight about it, that's no good. Angela says, never sit in the front row at a comedy club. Yes, but Jada's Jazz Cafe is a very small space. So
you should definitely go there.
Oh, everybody should go. Let's go and have a good time and just have fun with it. And whether you go with us or you go sometime just to eat or some of their other events that they have, they're super nice people trying to make a living making food, which is not easy, as Andrew and I both know. Let's see here. Okay, so LE1. I don't think we've done this one before. If we have, we're doing one more run of these. This is the seahorse. This is a bead. I can't remember if we've done the seahorse. We've done a bee. We've done, I can't remember what else. So if we have, this is one last chance to get it if you haven't before. It is a bead. The hole is drilled top to bottom. It is one-sided. Well, this is two-sided. What? We're not doing these two-sided. Of course, I pulled the one that is two-sided. We're only doing one-sided, everybody. That was a test. I pulled the wrong one. We're doing one-sided, everybody. These are all one-sided except the last one. Cheryl says, no, you haven't. She's been waiting for this one, maybe. LE1 is the seahorse in the small size. The one thing I forgot is a penny. We also forgot any lighting, so hopefully the lighting in here is good. It seems like it's pretty good right now. LE1, $6. Send us an email, info@allegorygallery.com with LE1 in the subject line, and we will make these to order. We'll make these to order, one production run of these, and then they go away. So you must get them now if this is something, any of these are something you would like. All right, Michelle says lighting is great. That's good because our sun is down, and it's good to know that the lighting is good in here on the camera. So that is LE1. I don't know where he's going. He said he's going to help me. He must have some other lights somewhere. All right. LE2 is the seahorse, but in a charm / pendant instead of the bead. It's a little charm pendant. Again, one-sided on these. The seahorse in this charm pendant.
It looks better on the sun now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He says, so we just have to open at night, all the time. Oh, Suzanne is back. You just came back in time, Suzanne. How was dinner? What'd you have? So there's the penny. That's what he went to get. So here are the size of those compared to the penny. This is LE1, which is the bead, and it's $6. Or LE2 is the seahorse charm / pendant, is the small one. I'm going to call this a charm because we have larger ones. Not in the seahorse tonight. Larger ones, and that's LE2.
I have a proposition.
Oh, what is that?
What if I do the rest of the live and you get us some food for dinner before they're closed?
Are they still open?
They're not open.
Oh, I can go check. See if they're still open.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, my.
It's me, Andrew. So if you joined our Patreon, then you got a sneak peek at some of these. Up next, we've got LE3, $6, and it's this little kitty cat. We did it, it's a little bit different. I think we had it as a bead before. I don't know if we had any pendants available, but this one is one of the mother of pearl. And then it's this big. It's about the size, maybe a little bit bigger than a penny, just a little bit bigger. A hair's breadth bigger. And there's a little cat. So we've got this charm that's LE3, that's $6. All right, moving on, we're gonna do, I'm hungry. Marianne says, wait, Andrew's volunteering to do the live. That's because I'm hungry. And then if we wait too long, we're not gonna have any options. All right, so this is one that we've translated from one of my drawings. Actually, all of these are from my drawing. This is LE4, it's $20. It's this focal, it's fairly large. It's not tiny, you know, that's the comparison. The size comparison. And it's a jellyfish. Now I did kind of a cobalty blue, kind of reads a little bit purple under this light, and it's a lovely jellyfish. So you may see a theme. There's a couple kind of outliers, but for the most part, there's kind of a theme of sea creatures. So I wanted to do that for summer, gearing up for summertime, thinking about the beach. Michelle said he bragged for his hubby. Yeah. Suzanne says, cat looks like cinnamon. Oh, sweet. Marion said, food motivation. Yeah, I am food motivated. Like, I will walk several miles if there's a treat at the end. If somebody's like, do you just want to walk? Then I'm like, But then they say, there's a really good churro place and it's cheap. Then I'll walk. I'll walk several miles for that. Or if somebody's like, oh, I found this place and it has this unusual something to try. Would you want to go and like walk and find it? I'll sign me up. I'm ready. I'll go right now. But if it's something like, oh, we're going to go on a walk for health, then I'm like, well, I guess I'm healthy enough. I'm getting more healthy. So that's how I live life. Now we got this one coming up. Oh, I got something in that crack. I'll fix that. I'll get something and dig that out real quick. So this is LE. Is that Le 5, also $20. This is the sea turtle. Normally, when we have this, it's just a cutout of the sea turtle, but this is on the background, which I kind of like because it gives it a little bit more presence, huh? And just says, going to the beach tomorrow. 80 felt hot today. It was scorching today. I didn't think I'd done cook my brain a little bit. And so there's that in my life. Amy says, I walk for food this weekend. Yeah, I would walk. If Amy says, go get some food somewhere, I'll go. Because she always says good looking food pictures. And I'm ready. I'm gonna have to get like Amy's vegetarian list of the Philadelphia area, and I will work my way through it because I'm ready. Suzanne said 92 here. Holy smokes! I think I would just like lay down in the sidewalk and start weeping. So this one is the same design. This is LE6, $20, but it's a different paint. So I use a paint that's a heat set paint, and this one has a slight shimmer to it, and it's less blue. It's a little bit kind of like a pale blue green. Is the last one. This one's more of like a cobalty purpley blue, and this is kind of like a sky blue, a little bit gray, depending on the light. This is without the shadow of my phone. This is in the shadow of the phone. So LE6 is $20 and you get this. Marion says, I admit sometimes I split my walk in the park and pop in the grocery store or McDonald's. Susan says, nothing wrong with that, Marianne. Life is to be enjoyed. I like a fried pie from McDonald's. And, though I realize they're more expensive because they used to be like 50 cents. We went to the drive-thru recently and like $4. I was like, what happened? And apparently they have like a deal where you buy two and it's like for $4. So anyways, I don't know, but I was surprised. I caught it. My spidey senses. All right, so that's LE6, $20 for this one. Didn't get busted out. I'll put that off to the side. Michelle says, actually been kind of cold for us, 50s and 60s. Oh boy. So this is one that we're underneath a fan, which is kind of nice, but also it blows stuff. So this is LE7, it's a dolphin. So I originally made this design to look like this. This is the original design. We pushed it out in the laser, but we adjusted the laser image for the wood. So the wood one is slightly different than this one. So you'll notice that this one has more like lines and the other one has more shading. So there's that. So this is LE7. It's a dolphin. And I like dolphins. You know, during pandemic time, when they were talking about the dolphins returning to the Hudson Bay, it made me so happy. And I don't know why. I guess it was one of those things where for such a long time I kind of felt hopeless. And then, like, you start hearing stories about, like, you know, nature, like, thriving, and that made me a little bit happy. So I also want to see the pink dolphins. Have you ever seen those or heard of those? There's pink dolphins, and I think it's in the rainforest that they're at. And the jungle will flood. I think it's the Amazon. The river will flood, and then the dolphins will swim in between the trees. The pink dolphins. And I think that sounds like amazing. Susan says, our high was 90 today, hence the crazy storms. Oh boy, I don't want any crazy storm. We still have to finish the paint on the exterior. And tomorrow we have an appointment for the awning. I would love, love, love if we could afford to do the awning. So, yeah, buy all the pendants and then get some kits and astral kitty babies and recruit your friends, make a deal, bargain with them, be like, hey, I want to do a challenge. I'm going to throw down a challenge. Go buy this kit, and then we'll do a beat off. I don't know. That sounds wrong-headed. Anyway, so this is LE7, $20. Marion says, our high today was 59, 42 overnight, and that's warmer than the last few days. Suzanne says, in the Amazon. I think it's in the Amazon that the pink dolphins are. But anyways, I should have made this pink. Your favorite color, Marianne. I don't know if they're like pink, but I think they get that coloring from eating a lot of brine shrimp. Maybe I'm making that up. It sounds like something I'm making up. But flamingos, I know they get the pink pigmentation from eating that, so maybe. All right, so this one's not ocean themed, but I did it anyways to see if it would work. And kind of works. I don't know. You tell me, do you like this? It's a little mandrake. The face, maybe you can't see the face so good. Look at it. It's got it's covering up. So don't look at me. Yeah. And also, whenever they make the mandrakes in the old timey books, they make all the babies look all scraggledy and like you know, the man is like he's underfed and undernourished. So when I made mine, I wanted it to look ample, like well fed and lovely. So, you know, plush. Teresa says it's because of the clean up of the water that certain marine animals are returning to New York waters. That's awesome. Norma says just Googled pink dolphins and you're correct. See, I don't make up everything, just other stuff. But here you go, root baby. I like it. I love a mandrake, and this is probably I made these into pins, and I went to a conference, and so they sometimes at some of the conferences they do what's called a pin swap, and I made so there's all different kinds of people working with all different kinds of things. And, you know, some people spend a lot of time making pins that are real detailed and they only make a couple of them. And then it's like a real gift to be swapped with, with one of them. And then some people, they kind of like phone it in. Like one dude, he showed up with some wire that he had in his like back pocket, and he kind of bent it into like some funky shapes. And that, it's not everybody's flavor. He didn't spend that much time on it. However, I brought like a ton because I don't like to not, I don't like to turn people away, for one. Also, I like to be generous in my heart and spirit. And also, I like to make friends and meet people and stuff. So, anyways, I made root baby pendants, and people love them. And I was kind of shocked because there are people who are like setting these like precious stones and like doing these really complicated like marriage of metal technique, and I'm over here just like laser printing these acrylic little root babies. But somebody, they stopped me and they're like, I want that. I need that. And so I had to make a couple more and send them out because a bunch of their friends have them. So root baby. Enormous, and they are pink. I should make a pink dolphin painting. Think of dolphins and the ocean and relax. Think about life. All right, so this is LE9. This is $10. This is a bead, y'all. It's got a hole. It go up and down. And that's that little kitty cat. Suzanne said it looked like cinnamon. In this drawing, in the laser, I really wanted this to work, and it just does not work on the wood. It burns out the wood too much, and we never produced it because it just burnt up the wood too much and just looked terrible. So we never produced it. And either it would burn up the wood, or the lines, the shading of the fur would be too faint that you couldn't see anything. So this is kind of nice because on the mother of pearl, because you can actually see it. Marion says the color is not from a food source, though. How do they get pink? Are they just pink? They get pink from the sun, like William. All right, so this one is not going to be for everybody, but I love it, and I made it for myself, but I decided to share. This is LE10. It's $8, and it's a cabochon. So there's no holes in this business. So if you want that, I don't have any holes in this one. But it's a cabochon. So, and it's about that big. You see the difference. And I love this one. Now this one is kind of a gentle peachy color. So it's not like a bright white. Mother of pearl is slightly kind of tan-ish, kind of peachy colored. And then I thought the gold looked really good in that. So if you want to set this, you could set this. That's what I was going to do. I was going to set in a ring or something, or a pendant. Or you could bead around this. So this is the only cabochon of the night. So I don't have any more of these made. But if people really like stuff, like William said, if people like stuff, we can make more. We just won't have, we're going to do like seasonal rollouts. So things will be available for a couple of weeks, and then it'll go in the vault. Because otherwise, I think sometimes when we have it up forever, people just don't see stuff, and then it gets forgotten. And it kind of is disheartening when you put a lot of work into something and then it seems like nobody likes it. So we're getting stuff ready for the move, of course, but we wanted to show you these. I love those. If I can find bigger cabochons and at a decent price, I might try to make this larger because I really like it. Marion says they say the pink is maximized by skin abrasion. So they rubbing? What they doing rubbing? This is wild. I never heard of such a thing. They're gonna rub themselves raw, and that's how they paint. All right, LE11, $6. This one's a little bit pink colored. This one's also a bead, only one side. So you get the back, a pretty like little shell, and then you get your seahorse. And it's in the gold. If you want another color, you can always ask for the gold to be a different color. I don't have a lot of colors anymore, and then the product that I love to use, they discontinued it. So I don't really have access to every color, but if you want a different color, I can look for it. But the background of this shell bead is like a pinky color, and then it goes top to bottom like this. What does make the cutest little earrings? Let me tell you, that makes so cute. Let me show you something. Let me just go. Let me go get something, and we're gonna do show and tell, and you're gonna see. All right. So this design, I used to sell these by the boatload, especially in the summertime. These are a shell button, and it's got kind of the crusty from the outside of the shell, and just real easy. Just that's wax linen. You make a loop. Okay, first you divide the string in half. You make a loop at the top and tie it over hand knot. Then you string the bead. Goes one side goes in this way, the other cord on the back goes in this way, and then you cross over, and then you do another crisscross, and then you make a little tie here, and then it's stable, and then you got little dingle dangles, and then you put the shell. That's like that. But if you wanted to, you could add something, make a 3-strand, 4-strand, and then put that on top, and then dingle dangle that. Wouldn't that be cute? Well, maybe not. I don't know. You could tie that on like that. Super lightweight earrings, super beachy, super festive. These ones take like 2 seconds to make, and you can really make a lot. I kind of like this side better. I don't know what I was thinking. Marion says males by other males, and that's how they get pink. I don't know about that. Suzanne says that technique works nice. Done it. Oh, good. Yeah, nice, good. But I think that would look so cute. Wouldn't that look cute? Or maybe I'm tripping. I think that looks good. Anyways, this is LE11, $6 for the speed. Part of the reason why they're a little bit more than some things is because it takes a while to engrave them. So that's sometimes why things are a little bit more. I know you can get stuff like on the internet, laser engrave this, laser engrave that. And for those, sometimes maybe they have an industrial sized laser or something, or they don't care about how long something costs to run something. But some of these pendants take, 20, 30 minutes, depending on how detailed and how big. So this is LE12. It's also $6. This is on abalone. Take a look at that. I think that looks amazing. You get kind of that, we need another light because look, the shadow. Well, that's not terrible, but you have the abalone shell. It's got all these wonderful kind of rainbow iridescent technicolors. Then you get this gold seahorse, and that looks nice. I think it looks nice. And it's not too big, just the right size. Some of these I had to make bunches and bunches of tests to see if they would work, because sometimes when you make stuff small, it doesn't always work out. Sometimes when you make things larger, it also doesn't work out. So it's all about finding the right scale for the right material. Because sometimes, for example, if you have something that's too big, the line becomes too dark. And then the laser, it will read that dark as like it has to go higher power. And so it can blow out holes in the dark lines. So you have to be careful about that. And you have to adjust like the power of the laser, and you have to get it so it doesn't burn up your material. Because if you're working with like paper or wood or acrylic or whatever, you know, if you're not careful, you can cause a little fire. So we do have to play around to get the settings just right. And also, if you make stuff too small, sometimes the detail doesn't come through. And sometimes it just looks like all one dark kind of shape, um, because the laser is just like burning up material as it's making all these like fine cross hatches. So we end up having to do a lot of samples to figure out what will work and how it will work the best. Marianne says, I do like the seahorse and the abalone. I do too. I love it. We were doing a show once in Hawaii, and there was this truck, and they were selling abalone to eat, and they would like do a squeeze of some kind of citrus or something, and had different condiments. And so the shells, they were shucking them on site. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I love those shells. I want those shells. But I was too bashful to go up and ask for them. But one of our customers was not of the bashful kind. And she came back and she brought me this great big bag full of abalone shells. And she goes, here you go. And she said, they were just going to toss them out at the beach when they were done. So you don't have to mess around, you can have it. So somewhere in my stash, I have a great big bag of different abalone shells that my friend got me from their food truck. Norma says, so do I. Jermaine says, is LE12 a bead? Yep. Yep. It's top to bottom. I don't know if you can see it, but it goes strings like this. Long ways of the oval, but it is a bead. And it's one-sided, but I like that because on the back it's got a really fun pattern from the show. All right, so the last lot that we're gonna have for tonight is LE13. It's $24, and this is that frosted that we did. So it's a frosted clear, and if you didn't see the Golden Age Starlit collection, we did a bunch of them using this. It's a frosted clear, but how I did this is I had, so for one, I had the mermaid, and that's another one that sometimes worked really well, sometimes it did not work. It looks really good when it's blown up, but again, sometimes when it's smaller, it just did not look awesome. So this is a mermaid, and then I put a background and laser engraved the background on the back. And that's, since it's transparent, you can see through, and you can see that she's like hanging out on the rocks where the water is, combing her hair, finger combing her hair, and there you go. So even though she's see-through and there's like rocks behind her and things like that, I don't think you really have a problem with that. Norma says, that's beautiful. Thank you. Michelle says, that mermaid is beautiful. Thank you. Miriam says, awesome piece. Thank you. Um, Michelle says, will look great on anything. Yeah, it's a larger pendant, but it is an acrylic, so it's nice and lightweight. So if you wanted to make like Jumbotron earrings, you could actually do that. If you like really humongous earrings, you could definitely do that. This one does take a long time to etch. And the front, I do a deep etch, so it's like double the thickness of, or double the depth of the laser. And that's really nice because then it almost looks like it's carved, which I think is a really cool thing when you're working with like this transparent material. And then on the back, I do these raw kind of fine engravings. I don't know if you can see that or if it makes any difference. But there you go. There's the back. And then so when you see it, I think it's pretty cool. You could even go after all of this and put like a coat of nail polish on the back of that. So it's so you have a solid color on the back. And then it gets even more dramatic. See that? No, that one you can kind of see in her abdomen there's some rocks or something, but yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. So this is LE13, and it's $24 for this big pendant. All right, so we've been super busy getting things ready for the move. We've been working. In the evenings, I've been trying to get some stuff done and making things. We get in pretty late, so I don't have a ton of time, but I do try to get a little bit done so that we have stuff to show. Yeah, I think we've been pretty good. Both William and I are trying not to get too stressed out. Usually when we're moving, it can be really super duper stressful. And so it's been pretty nice that we've been trying to be mindful of not getting like overcome with the sweat of the stress. Like usually William, he gets kind of almost like sick, where he gets like a psychosomatic thing where he is so stressed that he gets like cold-like symptoms just from the stress. So luckily that hasn't happened because then when he's sick, then it makes it even harder to do this kind of moving stuff. So thankfully that hasn't happened this time. So fingers crossed, everything continues to go smoothly. We are opening on Saturday. Originally, I think he had put it on that we were opening on Friday, but we're opening on Saturday and Sunday this week. And it's a soft opening, so it's not going to be perfect. And it's going to be a little bit, who knows how much we get done in the next couple days. But the big grand reopening party is going to be at the end of June. I believe it's June 29th on that Saturday. And that's going to be the big launch. And I hope to get a tent and maybe try to talk with some local places and get different catering from them. There's a couple of really amazing places. There's a baker in town called Lamb Cakes, and they make really great cupcakes. So maybe I'll try to get them to make little mini cupcakes or something. But there's a lot of really wonderful resources here in the Johnstown area. So it'll be tricky to kind of narrow down who you want to go and get stuff from. But I think it'll be fun. And yeah, if you do come out, I always like for people to bring a project to work on, even if it's a small one, because if it is less busy, we can always sit down and make stuff. If it is busier, we kind of have to just roll with it. This space is a tighter space than our previous store. I would not say by much. I mean, the front part kind of is a similar footprint in size. It just seems like it's not. So maybe, I don't know. I can't compare. But it does seem smaller because the back is not as usable as maybe the other shop. Um, but yeah, so William's here. He's gonna say goodbye, I think. What do we get?
Huh?
We got food?
We got food.
Let's show this flyer.
Oh, I brought this over. I was hoping this will be going.
Oh, good. Cody Hively,
So this
Stephen Mays, Tate Griffin. That's across the street.
It's across the street. $17 tickets only. You can get the tickets on Eventbrite if you want to come and hang out with us. Jokes at Jada's. 8 p.m. Saturday.
I'm gonna warn them beforehand. I'm gonna be like, what's his name? Mustafa? Be like, Mustafa, I have SAS Factor 5 for the safety of your fellow patrons. Just have them not see me.
Pretend we are not here.
I'll be invisible. You can talk about William.
Oh.
It was pretty cute. The kids came across the way and they're like, I'm gonna go have this building when you're done with it. And I was like, oh, good. I said, I don't have any kids, so.
She was like, she's like, you have cats. She's like, I'm gonna tell you something. She's like, you should have a kid.
Oh.
And I was like, we talked about that before.
I mean, like, are you volunteering?
She's like, because then you know what? We could play with them.
Oh, then she wasn't volunteering.
Like, you could babysit them. She's like, yeah, we like to babysit.
The babies?
The babies?
I don't know if we can have a baby right now. The baby's gonna go to craft school with me. Be craft school baby.
Travel the country with you.
I know. We learning enameling with the lead enamel today, baby. Don't lick the enamel.
Oh, no. How did everyone like these?
I don't know. Did they like it?
I don't know. Did y'all like these?
Cindy says, sorry y'all, but I gotta go. See y'all later. Oh, good.
Oh, good.
No, somebody's talking about food. See you, Cindy. We just talking. We're about to go, and he's bagging up these bags. But he got here, and the food's here, so I'm gonna stop talking so I can fill my gullet.
You can eat and start painting again.
I might have to go home and do a lay down, and then I'll come back and check on his progress. Did you ever have those? I had siblings who would do that, where they would be like, oh,
I just gotta go check on something.
And then they come back, and it's like, did you go find the hidden door in Narnia? Like, how come it took so long? Anyways, I got jokes too.
Jokes at Allegory.
They're gonna get so mad. Suzanne said ordered. Thanks. Norma says love them. Something yes, great ordered. Aaron says I want to see what you got. Oh, the food.
Show them the food.
Pop it open, William. I can bag this up. We're gonna do food tour with Allegory Gallery. Who's hungry?
Who's hungry?
Let's eat. Oh, this is the shrimp po' boy.
Yeah, of course.
Did you talk to Mustafa about this? How we're gonna have to have options?
He was talking about he's trying to get a burger for us by the weekend.
I told him.
But he's trying to make like a burger from scratch, like a soy burger or something.
Well, you know what? I said, we can only eat 2 things on this. So if you...
These are full. Look at that.
That looks good.
Shrimp, or not shrimp. Mushroom po' boy. They do shrimp po' boys. They do other po' boys.
But this mushroom.
This is the fried mushroom po' boy.
When my mouth is water.
Look how big that sandwich is. Like
that's the size of his hand.
That's a big sandwich.
He don't have small hands.
No, I do not.
He's like, oh, my hands are too big. I can't do this all this fine work. I said, get the smaller brush. Do you love how I'm encouraging like that?
So encouraging.
I try to be.
I don't have those small motor skills.
And you can work on it,
You can work on it.
Dr. Terrace says anything's possible. she healed her eyes.
Isn't this nice? Didn't you all love this one?
She made herself not
I
blind.
love that one.
She power believed herself to sight.
She went better than 20/20 vision without getting glasses.
That, you know, I don't know. So what are you saying is that she's like a miracle worker?
No, what she did is
She
'cause
brain trained herself,
your
right?
eyes are muscles, right? They have muscles in them, and that's how you see. And she ended up she forced herself to look at things far away or up close, and she just exercised those muscles over time. So if you're not like getting cataracts or having issues, if you have nearsighted, if you look at things far away, she did it for over a year. She forced herself to look at things blurry until over a year.
So she doesn't look at her phone?
She does look at her phone,
But from far away?
but she also exercised looking at other things.
All right. So it's time to eat.
Time to eat.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank
We
you all.
appreciate y'all. Y'all are
I'm
loved.
getting loud. Maybe, I don't know if our...
Oh, well. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
See ya.